Alrighty then, boys. Let's go. Let's go, boys. We out here. Lucifer. No, I don't know. My dad put up the Christmas lights. I can't really tell him what to do. That's funny. Let's see here. Why does this camera look like so fucking whack? There's a neighbor right there. Just sitting in their car. I don't know if I zoom in, if you guys can see like all the distortion. I think that's energy, low key. That's just like emitting around like the area and shit. Oh, but let me tell you what. Alright. And now all of a sudden their car turns off, right? Like no backlights. Look. That's Christmas lights. Those are not backlights. The backlights, if you match up the picture, those are the backlights right there where the tip of my finger's at. Those are the fucking Christmas lights. They fucking turned off their car, do whatever the fuck they're doing. Not only that, I just came out here a few seconds ago, went to grab my phone so I could record this, but one of my neighbors was parked right here, just sitting there. Because they're so desperate on collecting information right now, because they straight dropped the ball. I threw a fucking wrench in their system so badly. And I'm not going to give too much information away, but I'm just going to talk about a few things right now. Alright. So, man, it's funny. It's funny how just a simple thing can mess them up. Because I've talked about this multiple times, and like I said, I'm not going to get too specific because I already know they're trying to collect information. I can feel it. Every fucking part of it I can feel when they're trying to collect. And the thing is I'm only perfecting the shielding. I'm seeing how it works and what I can improve on it, because it's something that I talked about before. So pretty much this is the gist of it, of how the stalking works, right? So there's certain main areas that they focus energy on. Like you said, like your ears, like certain areas of your body, right? And these are the main areas that they try to connect to, because like a wireless body network, right? It's they can sense your heart, they can try to get to your eyes, to your brain, and your brain, obviously controls all these parts, but you can still direct energy at certain parts of the body, your nervous system, whatever. And so, it's a wireless connection, and a wireless connection can be blocked. Certain electromagnetic fields can be blocked. Certain sound spectrums can be blocked. And if you shield and you're able to block some of these sound and energy spectrums, then it's going to be harder for them, because they get used to being able to focus energy on you without you shielding at all. So when you put something in between that wireless connection in your body, whether it's a field or a frequency or whatever, it's blocking, it's intervening, it's intruding on their vagina. So it's just crazy how much of an effect this has. It's boom, right in their face. And it's funny because I'm seeing their weak ass tactics, right? The only thing that they can do to me is is send extremely high frequency. I'm blocking these fools, right? Again, a whole new page has fucking erupted, and a volcano has fucking splashed all up in their fucking vages. So they're fuck, they're playing patient, because they're oh yeah, we're gonna get the information that we need. They're fucking sending people to be around me on my tent and shit like that. I woke up to a place that I was at, and this fucking, I heard footsteps, and then they hopped the fence. And I heard these fools, dude. Like, I didn't fucking hearing shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, dude, it's obvious. Like, you can see, I can tell. So what they were trying to do is I slept in a new area, and what I think they were trying to do is not only collect information, but collect like the coordinates to like kind of capture the field right there where I was at, so that they can focus energy on me better. So I was just like, fuck, like I couldn't open the tent on time because I would have chased this fool down and beat his ass. You know what I mean? Because there would be no reason for that person to be there and run away unless like they work there, but they work there only like in the mornings. So nobody's there at night. Nobody should be there. It's empty. You know what I mean? Like there's no reason for somebody to be there. So I know what I'm talking about. The only thing though is I told you guys you can get like a sensor camera or a sensor light. That's the best option because if anybody's near your tent, they have to cross a certain area. They have to pass that light and it's going to trigger it. So that's your best bet to know for sure if somebody's outside your tent. Or, you know, anywhere in your house or whatever. So yeah, bro, like, oh, man, I'm just like, I'm super enjoying every single second, every single moment, because I've had so many of them. And Chief Nutsack Handler knows. He comes around when I'm super winning and I'm blocking these fools and like I just fucking throw a wrench in their system. Chief Handler comes around and he starts commenting and like trying to like, cause they send his bitch ass. Like it's funny because he shows himself at certain times. I've recognized it. I've recognized patterns. Whenever I'm successful in my shielding, and I'm talking shit, like he'll come around and try to be like, yeah, whatever, you know, you're poor, blah, 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 trying to talk shit or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, I know the reason why you're really here. You know what I mean? Like, because you're a little bitch and you know the higher ups with your little weak ass Mercedes are fucking telling you, oh yeah, go fucking, you know, pressure this dude or try to make him feel bad because the shit is fucked up. He's losing out on money. Everybody's losing out on money. When my targeting is not successful, these bitches are broke. Except for the higher ups. They're the ones that are like, throw money at it, get this fool, target him, blah, blah, blah. But, you know, it doesn't really matter, yo. I'm above these cowards, thanks to the Most High. Yahweh, Yahushua, Yahweh. Bam, let's go, baby. Man, dude, I love it. I just love it. It's just like, God never fails. The Most High never leaves my side. Like, I just keep on persisting. I never give up. I just keep on going through. Even though it's like, I'm fed up with this daily routine, you know, having to even shield in the first place, having to fucking do all this bullshit in the first place. It's just, it's crazy. Like, and somebody commented on my channel and they told me this, right? So like, this kind of like spoke to me right here. I'm gonna just turn on my internet real quick. This spoke to me right here. I'm gonna show you guys a few videos and then, you know, wrap it up or whatever. Got 1,873 subscribers. Let's see here. You see? He's coming around, dude, 4 days ago. This is when I barely started, like, shielding and doing stuff, like... Amen. So I don't know if you guys were reading, but I was reading all this just to myself. But I'm gonna just start from here. When the word says actually comes from an angel of light, like they depict the devil as all evil and whatever, but he is used in that form too. We are to not fear what we can be done to us here in this flesh, but fear the one who can destroy both body and spirit in the second death. By fear, men depart from their sins. When we put fear in the proper place, we find there is nothing to fear at all. Also, why all the exposure of the Illuminati? It's a trap. Recognizing obvious sin does not equal righteousness or in right standing with God. It also gets us to focus on all the filth and to compare to ourselves to come to consolation that we're again in right standing with God. Obviously, because we aren't that bad, but we are told to work out our own salvation with fear and trembling. Careful when you think you stand. We will have to give an account for the choices we made, words we spoke, and what we did for the kingdom, while taking care to not fall into condemnation. But we sin, and we have an advocate with the Father, but he also his limits. Paul said, should we continue to sin, the grace may abound. Heaven forbid. Cheap grace and an unbiblical prayer of salvation will not save most. I say most because he saves whom he chooses. But we are to strive to enter into the narrow gate, which few find. That is to turn away from sin. Whoever loves the world and the things in it does not have the love of the Father in them. A friend of the world is an enmity to God. It is a battle and quite the journey, but one worth talking. Have you seen The Pilgrim's Progress recent animated film? I'll link it in a minute. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close to shows what we must go through. Such a pleasure to hear you speak, brother. Peace and many blessings to you and yours. The second most sold book after the Bible is Pilgrim's Progress. It was wrote by a minister imprisoned centuries ago and is a huge blessing. I watched it at least once a year. Let me know what you think when you get time to watch it, and remember to let me know. Salute. Amen, brother. I appreciate your comment. I will check that video out. I appreciate that. I think I read another comment, but I'm not sure which one it was. I'll try to find it here. But that was a good comment. But yeah, obviously we don't fear these clowns. Oh man. Oh, you guys don't even know, man. Like, you guys are not here, but just let me tell you this. Like, has there ever been a happy time when you're targeting? Like, if you're a shielding person, or like even something good, like even a blessing, God showed you something or whatever. You know how good that feeling is, right? Like when he shows you something or he reveals something to you. It's similar, but it's not the same. That's more spiritual. This is kind of like more physical. But like just even having any type of victory in Christ or in your life, like, where your life is Christ. So anything you are victorious is God is too, so And it wasn't actually that comment. It was another one. He says that where like Christ went, he was prosecuted, and his like they even infiltrated his disciples, right? Judas, he backstabbed them and stuff like that. So he, like Christ was like somewhat like similar gang stalk too. Like he couldn't find anywhere to rest his head. You know, people were lying and slandering his name, spitting in his face, like, you know, talking bad about him, that he's not the son of God. Like, it's like, it kind of is similar to the things that we're going to, nothing close to it, but it's just like he went through that stuff too, even probably worse than us. You know what I mean? It's just that he said that the person said, they commented, that's why I wanted to find the comment, and they said, you know, like that God is trying to use you, like they know that you're like a son of God or a daughter of God, and they can sense that, and like the enemy attacks you because of it. So like it's not necessarily like they're saying, what they said was like, man, I'm just like kind of feeling like in a good spirits right now, so I'm like kind of stuttering because I'm excited or whatever. But he was saying, let me calm down. What is it? How's um one of those callings and things or whatever. Um, yeah, he was saying that, I want to find the comment now. Hold on, I'm gonna have to do this. Where was it at? Why can't I find it? Okay, let me see. Let me try again. That was a really good comment. Sure, I'm gonna do that. That's funny that they blocked this comment, right? It's held for review. You know what I mean? Like this comment right here that I'm tapping on, you know what I mean? It's held for review. That's bullshit. Why is that even held for review? Approve, obviously, dude. I think it was an old comment. Um, I think this is the same comment right there. I gotta find that comment. This fool. I don't think I'm gonna find it. But yeah, that's pretty much what they were saying. I was hoping I could find it, but I'll probably look for it later. Let me see if I screenshotted it, maybe. Oh no, this is the other one. Let's see here. I don't know. Alright, let me see here. Alright, so this is probably like from a few weeks ago or whatever. I can't tell if that dude's like bending forward because it doesn't look like he's sitting down properly. He looks like he's literally staring. If you can see, his head is right here. So he's looking forward, and I don't know if he's looking at me. It looks like he's looking straight at me, bro. Anyways, this is like daily basis crap all the time. These fools are always passing. Told y'all. Joking, bro. Some shit that I haven't really. Oh, shit. And these things are loud, like, remind you, like, this isn't just helicopters passing. This is, like, all day, every day bullshit. Nothing there. This is what I deal with on a daily basis, bro. I don't even feel like watching the rest of these videos. This shit don't really fucking mean shit to me. This shit doesn't affect me. Like, I don't really care. As you guys can see, I just erased them all. These are just some weird ass bushes that I was filming by the police station. I was camping at the park. But yeah, I don't want to really focus on that crap either. That's stupid. It's just ain't shit. But yeah, the only thing I could think of is, I wish you guys have the same success or like figure out some type of shielding if you guys can. Just for, some relief. Because this shit does get stressful. And, yeah. So I'm gonna just read today's daily devotion, and I'm gonna call it a wrap because I don't really have anything else to talk about. besides me applying for a job, as you guys can see. Like, none of these jobs call me back, bro. Like, some of them maybe, but like usually not. But like, as you guys can see real quick, watch. Let's see. My jobs. Boom. I haven't been applying like recently, but as you guys can see, the last 14 days I applied for 53 jobs. Applied. Like, dude. Applied. Like, dude, there's like, trust me, bro. I have a good ass resume, as you guys can see. Like, my shit's legit. Let me see. I'm gonna go to my resume. Dude, I got a good ass resume. I don't know how to put my resume. Hold on. It has to be on profile. Alright, I'm just gonna apply for a job so that you guys can see. I'm gonna apply for this one. This is my resume right here. It's probably not gonna show you guys, but anyways, I'm gonna just go home and find my resume in my damn files because it's not opening up. Bam, this is my resume. As you guys can see, I have it in PDF. 3 fucking pages long. All my work history. Dude, I don't just talk, bro. Like, my shit, everything I got in order. I got all my paperwork. I got, you look up my background. I have only one like criminal history for a DUI. That's it. Nothing else. You can look my shit up, homie. Like, anybody that I know that I trust, or I even can show you guys, like, I'll pull up my record and shit and show everybody, like, shit. I don't got nothing to hide. That's the thing. You pull up some of these perps that are stalking us. Fucking child molesters and shit. Fucking all kinds of fucking dirty ass, scandalous ass people. And they're trying to mess with us, and like, we're the ones that are trying to be civilized or whatever. But, like I said, like it just said in the comment, like none of us are good, but I'm not trying to compare myself to nobody. It's just that we're constantly being targeted. So, we might feel some type of way, and I have a right to speak my mind because of all these cowards that are actually targeting me. I'm not talking to anybody else. The ones that are not participating, I'm not talking to them. The ones that are participating, the ones that are fucking contributing to this shit every day, those are the middle finger that I have aimed at. So let me grab my book real quick, and I'm gonna do my daily devotion, and we're gonna wrap this up. But But yeah, I should find a job pretty soon because I'm applying. I don't give a shit who knows. See, the thing is with these cowards, it's not spiritual, the connection that they have connected to us. But the relationship that we have to God is always spiritual. And that's something that they can't take away, or they can't block, or they can't do anything about. That's why their shit can be blocked. So December 22nd. All right. All right, so it says, I will give him the land he sets his feet on, because he followed the Lord wholeheartedly. Deuteronomy 1:36. Every difficult task that comes across your path, every one that you would rather not do, that will take the most effort, cause the most pain, and be the greatest struggle, brings a blessing with it. And refusing to do it regardless of the personal cost, it is to miss the blessing. Every difficult stretch of road on which you see the Master's footprint, and along which he calls you to follow him, leads unquestionably to blessings. And they are blessings you will never receive unless you travel the steep and thorny path. Every battlefield you encounter where you are required to draw your sword and fight the enemy has the possibility of victory that will prove to be a rich blessing to your life. And every heavy burden you are called upon to lift hides within itself a miraculous secret of strength. All right, then we have a poem. I could not do it alone. The waves surge fast and high, and the fogs close all around. The light goes out in the sky, but I know that we too will win in the end. Jesus and I. Cowardly, wayward, and weak, I change with the changing sky. Today so eager and bright, tomorrow too weak to try. But he never gives in, so we too will win, Jesus and I. I could not guide it myself, my boat on life's wild sea. There's one who sits by my side, who pulls and steers with me. And I know that we too will safe enter port, Jesus and I. Alrighty. An eye for an eye is what I say. Let me write my own rhyme today. Nah. Alright, so that was the end of that little devotion there. But I missed a lot of them. We missed a lot of episodes, so I'm gonna do one more just for the peeps. Just for the peeps. All right, so I am not alone, for my Father is with me. John 16:32. It is certainly unnecessary to say that turning conviction into action requires great sacrifice. It may mean renouncing or separating ourselves from specific people or things, leaving us with a strange sense of deprivation and loneliness. Therefore, the person who will ultimately soar like an eagle to the heights of the cloudless day and live in the sunshine of God must be content to live a relatively lonely life. There are no birds that live in as much solitude as eagles, for they never fly in flocks. Rarely can even two eagles be seen together, and a life that is dedicated to God knows divine fellowship, no matter how many human friendships have had to be forfeited along the way. God seeks eagle people, for no one ever comes into the full realization of the best things of God in his spiritual life without learning to walk alone with him. We see Abraham alone in the land of Canaan, while Lot living amongst the cities near Sodom. Moses, although educated in all the wisdom of Egypt, had to spend 40 years alone with God in the desert. And Paul, who was filled with all the knowledge of the Greeks, and who sat at the feet of Gamaliel, was required after meeting Jesus to go immediately to Arabia to learn of the desert life with God. May we allow God to isolate us, but I do not mean the isolation of a monastery. It is in the experience of isolation that the Lord develops an independence of life and faith, so that the soul no longer depends on the continual help, prayers, faith, and care of others. The assistance and inspiration from others are necessary, and they have a place in a Christian's development, but at times they can actually become a hindrance to a person's faith and welfare. God knows how to change our circumstances in order to isolate us, and once we yield to Him and He takes us through an experience of isolation, we are no longer dependent upon those around us. Although we still love them as much as before, then we realize that He does a new work within us, and that the wings of our soul have learned to soar in loftier air. We must dare to be alone in the way that Jacob had to be alone for the angel of God to whisper in his ear, "Your name will no longer be Jacob, but Israel." In the way that Daniel had to be left alone to see heavenly visions, and in the way that John had to be banished to the Isle of Patmos to receive and record the revelation of Jesus Christ, which God gave him. Revelation 1:1, He has trodden the winepress alone for us. Therefore, we are prepared for a time of glorious isolation rather than to fail Him. I think that was a really good. That was for December 21st. I agree with that completely. That's some pretty wise words right there. That's why I like this devotional. It's Streams in the Desert by L.B. Kalman. It's a really good book. But yeah, just listen to those words, rewind it if you want to listen to it again. I hope these words has helped you guys, and I can't wait till all this stuff is over with. We got to start focusing more on God and stop worrying about this perp stuff. Like all this stuff doesn't even really matter. They know where the battle lies, and it's the true battle lies within, our life, and where our life belongs to. Who does it belong to? Our thoughts, our time, everything that we do has to be for God. We live and breathe for God. Yahweh, Yahuwah, Yehoshua, Yahweh. So know who your God is, because I know who's mine.